is the San Diego Sports Junkies, a show for fans by the fans, with Josh Taylor, Justin Smead, and Jason Eidsmoe. We're talking Padres, Chargers, and Aztec sports.
Got to hit it to the right place. And he hits it out to center. Right center. Blackman's got a long way to go. He's still going.
Off the wall.
And it is off the wall. It takes a funny hop. Kemp is rounding second. He's heading to third.
Gotta go.
And Matt Kemp into third base with a triple and the first cycle in the history of the San Diego Padres.
He will hand it off. Tomlinson plows his way towards the goal line. LaDainian Tomlinson, one step closer to football immortality. Tomlinson has tied the single-season record. And the handoff to Tomlinson. Left side, and he will gallop into the end zone. Charger fans are witnesses to history.
Pope thought about it. Now steps up. And the freshman hits the jumper at the buzzer.
Well, this kid is some prospect. Big time length, big time game.
Pope straight away three. Count it. Malik Pope. Pope. Off classic good. On the other end, Joel doesn't miss that one. Shepard alley-oop to Pope. He got up there. Oh, wow.
It's time to let your voice be heard.
All right, it is Sunday morning. It is 9 o'clock. Finally, we're back after a week off. It is time for the San Diego Sports Junkies Chargers pregame show. I'm Jason Eidsmoe. We got Justin Smead via Skype. We got David Drogemeyer here from the San Diego Sports Domination Podcast. We have Mike Maciejewski here from AztecsHoopsNation.com. Are we ready for some football, boys?
Yes, sir. We're pumped.
Always.
I got my coffee.
Always.
I'm looking
Super
at
pumped,
your
guys.
beautiful faces on this screen of mine. I'm jacked up.
Mikey, where have you been, man? It seems like every time we try and get you on, we have some technical difficulties, and I think that you are starting to believe that they're purposeful, but I promise you they're not.
we have a theory, Hal and I, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's because your last name is Jeweski. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, nice.
Every time you start talking smack about Phillip Rivers, for some reason the connection starts getting bad. So today we're gonna be talking about, of course, the San Diego Chargers versus the 2-4 San Diego Chargers versus the 4-2 Atlanta Falcons. Couple quick things. Jerry Atauchu is going to be out today with a sprained ankle. The Chargers promoted Chris Landrum. Yes. Oh, I missed that joke. They promoted Chris Landrum from the practice squad. They waived Pierre Desir. Somebody we've actually, Pierre Desir is someone who was, probably the 53rd man on the roster pretty much all year. We've talked a lot about him, about potential and stuff. My guess is probably after a week or two, we're going to see him probably land at least on the practice squad or back with the regular team. Jerry Atauchu, a couple plays this year, but he's had a relatively quiet season. Does his being out of the game, Justin, worry you at all, or you just move on to the next guy?
No, I was just about to say who.
Yeah.
I love him. I love the kid, but I just haven't heard much of him. I know he's had a few plays in a few games where he's made an impact, where he's got after the quarterback, not an impact in the sack or anything like that, but rushing, but he hasn't done anything this year that you'd create warrant and go, God, that's going to be a huge loss. But he has the skill set. He's got to put it together. It sucks not having him in there. It does, because now you're kind of depleted at a certain position.
He did have a pretty decent year last year, I thought, but he does seem like he kind of disappeared. And remember
took a step back, right?
Yeah, and in the preseason,
a little bit.
We were kind of wondering, God, he's kind of out there in the third quarter and the fourth quarter of some of these games. Mikey, do you think that we're going to be missing Jerry Atauchu today, or it's not a big deal?
No, actually, guys, I think back to when he was drafted, and he was, very athletic, but obviously you knew he had to develop that ability to play at the next level, and it seems like he hasn't done that. Like early last year, he seemed to have gotten through with the opportunity and this athleticism, but the Chargers have improved at his position, so he's really fallen back. And I mean, obviously, he's done, like I said, he's done a little bit here and there, but not enough to say, oh, we're gonna miss this guy a lot.
David, with Jerry Atauchu out, they did promote Chris Landrum. You think we're going to miss Jerry? And do you think that Chris Landrum's going to even see the field or make a difference today at all?
To be quite honest, I don't believe Chris Landrum is going to see much of the field, if any at all. I'd say maybe less than 10% of the defensive snaps. I mean, this is a guy that hasn't been on the active roster at all this year, so you can't really count on him to be an avid contributor here on Sunday. As far as Jerry Atauchi's absence, I mean, it really doesn't have any impact on this game whatsoever as far as I'm concerned, because he hasn't made any impact on any of the games played earlier in the year. So, no, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't really bring the pass rush. So, I mean, if we were talking about Joey Bosa missing a game or, Melvin Ingram missing a game, then yeah, I'd be concerned. But Jerry Atauchu, unfortunately, has been absent so far this year.
Yeah, he really has been. Now, Chris Hairston, he's been battling foot injuries, I believe, but or a hamstring injury. He's back. He was full participant this week. Dexter McCluster has been full participant. Denzel Perryman, a full participant, which is
so good to hear.
Oh,
so
man,
good.
that is,
and he's fully healthy. Like, that's what they're saying anyway.
Yeah, we're excited for that. Now, Jaleel Addae, I'm still curious why they didn't IR him, or put him on the short-term IR or whatever, because he's slowly starting to come back, but he's still out, and I am worried still that Brandon Flowers is out. I do believe that we're going to get him back maybe in one more week, but
sure.
Brandon
That's a crazy
Flowers
concussion,
out.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean, 4 weeks, and that's what I keep thinking to myself. I'm like, God, this is a serious concussion, because if you're still in concussion protocol, 4 weeks, a month of football, that's gosh, man, that must have been a hard hit.
Yeah, well, it did look like he almost died there when he
I know, but it's just like crazy 4 weeks,
Something important to remember, guys, is that this has nothing to do with Brandon Flowers' will or want to play. Yeah. This is all on the doctors. If they don't clear him, he's not going to be on the field. So please do not have that idea in your mind that has anything to do with toughness, because it doesn't.
Yeah,
you would never put concussion in that category. They're very extra careful with that stuff.
And I was
exactly, and they should be.
Yeah. I that's the thing, when you get somebody like that's been out for as long, like Justin said, in the protocol for this long, you almost worry that he comes back and he takes another hit and we're going to lose him for the year. It
was kind of like King Dunlap a little bit last year, remember?
Yeah.
And he got banged up, and then, not to get off subject, but that's what it seems. And you just look at it. So 4 weeks, you go, wow, 4 weeks. That's crazy. You don't see that all the time.
Yeah, and then the other question that's been all week long, it looks like it's been answered the last couple of days, is Travis Benjamin with the knee. Looks like he is going to play. He was limited all week long, but he looks like he's going to play. Do you think that knee injury, Mikey, do you think that the knee injury that he's been battling is going to limit him at all today, or do you think that they're going to have him go because we're going to get 100% of Travis Benjamin?
I think I think it's gonna hurt him. I mean, his biggest asset is his speed, and with that knee, it's so tricky. It really can affect you in so much and in so many ways. So, I think he will. I think it's gonna relegate him into maybe a second or third option, honestly, guys. And I expect to see a lot more out of our tight ends today because of it.
Yeah, I do think the tight ends are gonna play a major role, and I'll tell you one thing about Travis Benjamin. We brought him in for his speed and everything, but he's been doing a lot of his damage on the 15-yard comebacks and stuff this year, which I really, really liked, but that's what worries me for the knee. Not his blazing speed, it's the changing direction. Go ahead, Justin.
Well, and that's concerning. I would really expect if you guys haven't looked up who Griff Whalen is, I know we all have talked about him. I think he's going to be a big part of this offense today. I think they're going to take very what's the word? They're going to be cautious with Travis. I'm sure they're going to have him in certain packages, and I think they're going to take it easy on him though. If they want to stretch the field, they're going to have him on the field. But I think Griff Whalen's a perfect guy to get in the to get on a roll here in our system. He's such a good little outlet wide receiver, kind of like a Woodhead. You line him up in the slot. He can do a lot of different things, so I would expect him to have a big day today.
When you look up Griff Whalen, guys, the first thing that comes up is that fake punt in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, isn't it
That's
stupid?
Awesome. So maybe don't.
That was where he took the. That was where he lined up under center, right, and took the snap that he should. I remember that.
Yeah,
and
so
like
maybe it
was the stupidest play I've ever seen in my life.
I'm blaming Coach. I'm blaming coaching on that. Come on now, that's not his fault. He should have never been in that situation to begin with. Let's be fair. Let's be fair to the guy.
Sometimes coaches get a little cute, and I know that the idea was he was going to line up and never take the snap, but sometimes coaches get a little too cute, and with all the chaos on the football field, sometimes the message doesn't get across. And I agree that we're all going to remember that, and whenever something bonehead happens, you always think of the players that were involved. But I do agree with David a little bit. That was a little bit on the coaching. Maybe not necessarily with the play, with the call.
Why is that? Why is that even in the playbook?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that should never ever happen. So,
like I said,
it is coaching.
He gets a little bit cute, but other than that, injury-wise, besides the IR, which we could talk about forever, the Chargers are in pretty decent shape. Travis Benjamin.
Yes, they are.
Hopefully, are going to give us everything that he normally could. I hope he's not going to be limited. With that being said, I think we're going to take a break. We're going to come back on the other side of the break. We're going to be talking about what the Chargers need to do offensively and how we need to keep up with what Atlanta's doing. So we got to see if the Chargers can have much success offensive side of the ball on the other side of the break. Be right back, guys.
Calling all podcasters. Have you ever wanted your voice to be heard? Do you need help expanding your audience? Are you curious just how far your show could reach? Well, look no further. We are New Media Radio Network, the premier podcast streaming network. Let us take your show to the next level. For more information, check out our website, www.newmediaradio.net.
Cali Comfort Barbecue in Spring Valley was built for West Coast Sunday morning football and fight night. Cali Comfort Barbecue has quickly become San Diego's slow smoke barbecue sports entertainment destination. Full service catering available for all your tailgating needs. CaliComfortSD.com.
San Diego Superchargers, baby.
San Diego.
Yeah. Can you just play that the whole pregame show, and we'll all be quiet.
Well, love the song. Never get tired of that song. Never get tired of it. Chargers on offense. That song reminds you of the Chargers on offense with Dan Fouts and Eric Coryell and all that awesome stuff. Chargers on offense. We are. It's going to be interesting because Atlanta has the number one offense in all of football. I don't know if the Chargers still have the number two offense. They did at one time, but last week they're number three now. Number three offense now. Still
who's number two? I'd love to know.
I'm not sure. Not the Chargers.
Who scores a lot of points? Oh, the Patriots probably or something.
Yeah.
I could see that.
We got to keep. We're gonna have to keep up with Atlanta, but. I came up with
Atlanta's going to have to keep up with us, brother.
I hope you're right. I came up with a few keys, and we'll. I'm going to run through them, and then you guys can add to what you think. But the first one I want to start is touchdowns instead of field goals. Last week we got a lot of field goals, which is actually fine. I don't have a problem with that. Not taking extra chances when you're playing against an offense like Denver that isn't as dynamic. You're not as worried, so you're going to take the points when you can get them. I think the Chargers need to get touchdowns instead of field goals today. At the same point, being careful. Not, and I'm not talking about, when I say not being too aggressive, I'm not talking about going for it on fourth down or anything, because that's fine. Do that if you have to. But let's not take chances and turning over the ball. That's my worry, because this is a high-powered Atlanta offense. We are going to have to score some points. Mikey, touchdowns instead of field goals. Do you think that we can do that, improving from last week?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about what my number one would be, and when you said that, I'm like, yep, that should be it right there. Yeah, you can't take the field goals. This Atlanta Falcons team is rolling right now. I expect them to continue rolling, and I don't know. Just you got to go with the points that you can get them, but you got to get those touchdowns. You can't be, taking field goals, especially in the red zone.
David, what's the key to the Chargers turning those drives that get into the to the other side of the field into touchdowns instead of settling for field goals?
Staying aggressive all game long is what they need to do. If you saw last week against the Denver Broncos, the first half, they were dominant. They were moving down the field consistently without pretty much any resistance. So I want them to stay aggressive all game long and not turn the damn football over.
Yeah, turnovers.
They lead the league in turnovers, and that cannot happen today with this Atlanta offense. If you give the ball back to the Atlanta Falcons offense, they are going to make you pay, and they're going to score a touchdown. So you cannot do that. And also, I like the idea of slowing them down more so than us trying to keep up with them. Let's keep them off the field. Let's keep their offense off the field as long as possible. Let's drown this game out. Let's use time of possession. Let's use a ball control offense. I love that idea against this offense. Keep them off the field, and let's stay on the field and go score.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Touchdowns instead of field goals. Justin, do you?
Yeah, David hit it. He stole my thunder there with the time of possession. You got to keep these guys on the sidelines. Do kind of what we did against Denver on Thursday. There was the first half there where the Denver just seemed like they never had the ball, and we did that with a good solid run game. Short, quick, intermediate routes, and converting on third downs is a huge deal for us today. And like David said, you can't give a short field to Atlanta's offense because they have Julio Jones, and he commands a double team every play, and then leaves somebody else open like Mohamed Sanu and all these other guys they have. So it's going to be tough today, but time of possession would be my key today.
You mentioned time of possession. That brings me into my next point, and that's ball control, controlling the ball with Melvin Gordon.
Yes.
We can run the ball against this Atlanta.
Yes.
Our offensive line has the size advantage.
And they're healthy, baby. They're healthy.
And they're healthy.
Yeah, it's great.
Knock
on wood.
How beautiful is that?
I know, isn't it nice? It's so nice.
Great. We're in week 7. Come on.
We haven't lost any of them to IR yet.
What team is this?
The way that we control this the ball and we are able to successfully run it, I think the key to that is seeing McCluster on third down. I don't need to see Melvin Gordon in there on third down as much as he has been. Not that I don't like him, not that he can't do it. I think McCluster is a better option on third down, and that keeps Gordon fresher on first and second down. Mikey, do you think we can control the ball here today against this defense? Excuse me.
As a Melvin Gordon fantasy owner, I don't know why your hate runs so deep for Melvin Gordon, but
I love him.
I'm kidding. No, like Justin said, that was actually gonna be my first point until you brought up the field goal thing. Definitely you have to run the ball. You have to run it effectively. I mean, looking at last week's game, we ran the ball more than we threw. I mean, I don't know when the last time that's happened, but that was a dominant performance last week, and against these Falcons, which is a good team who you can run the ball on. You got to do it, and you got to take advantage, and you got to just move the chains, and like David said, just keep them off the field.
Justin, do you think that McCluster on third down is the key to being a more successful run offense?
It's something we need to see more of, guys, and I know Melvin Gordon is extremely prepared to take on the full load. We all know that as Charger fans. We know he's an every down back, but that being said, Dexter McCluster, like we talked about when we acquired him, is a game changer. He is a difference maker, and on third downs, he needs to be the Danny Woodhead that we are lacking. And I'd love to see him out there more, even in, like we talked about, split packages lined up in the slot. Get him out there because he is capable of catching the football, and he's such a threat when he's lined up out there. You have to account for Dexter McCluster's speed regardless of where he's at. It needs to be a welcome sight here. I mean, we need to see this guy more and more each week.
David, do you agree? Do you think McCluster hasn't been on the field as much as he should be on third down?
Absolutely. I mean, without Danny Woodhead in the lineup, I mean, you're missing that safety valve. Antonio Gates has been that, but he's been hurt this year. He seems to be healthy today. He's practiced all week, so hopefully he can get back to form against this Atlanta defense, which I feel like there's a great opportunity there for that. But back to McCluster, yes, but situationally, make sure to put him in the right situations. I mean, if you're in a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, make sure you got your bigger back, Melvin Gordon, in there to go grind out those yards. If you're in a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, yeah, throw McCluster out there, get him out in the flat, and let his speed get you that first down when you need it. So you need to use this player the right way. But yes. Yeah, he definitely needs to see the field more often.
Chris Hunter just joined us in the chat room. Thanks a lot, Chris. You've been a huge participant the last few weeks, and we love it. And he says basically the same thing. Thanks,
Chris.
A working running game helps our defense shutting down Julio Jones, and I agree completely.
No question.
Next point I wanted to bring up is Atlanta runs a cover 3 style defense. And Phillip Rivers has seemed to have a little bit of success against the cover 3 defense. They brought over the same style that they run in Seattle. Jacksonville runs that same style they brought from Seattle. And then if you remember against Seattle, we had pretty good success against that cover 3 style defense.
We shredded them.
Yes. Phillip Rivers has a good chance to do some stuff here, but here's my question. With the exception of Jacksonville because he was out, one of the keys to us doing so well against those has been Keenan Allen and the slant. We have not had a slant game basically since Keenan Allen has gone out. You don't see anybody running. You don't see our offense running slants very often at all, and that was a huge part of beating that cover 3. David, do you think we can still do that without Keenan Allen?
No question about it, because you're forgetting about one major contributor and against that Seattle Seahawks defense a couple years ago, and that's the future Hall of Famer Antonio Gates. I remember he caught 3 touchdown passes on that game. So can we take advantage of him without Keenan? Absolutely. And Antonio Gates has to be a focal point against that cover 3, because you've seen him have great success in being able to sit in those soft zones and catch passes. He's reliable with his hands. So I would like to see a focal point on the tight ends, specifically Antonio Gates today.
Justin, what are your thoughts about us going up against that cover 3 without Keenan Allen? Are you excited? Do you think that we should be able to keep the trend going?
The problem is, guys, you can't replace what Keenan Allen brought to the table, and I know that, it doesn't really need to be said.
We haven't been, we know that, and it hasn't been done.
No, and it hasn't, and he brings another element to this offense that you just can't replace at all. You can't. There's nobody on the team that can run routes like he can. He's really good at that. That's what he specializes in, getting open, and Phillip and him and his rapport. So that being said, no, I don't think there's a way to replace that kind of production. But like we just mentioned, get McCluster involved more. Get guys that can fill a role. If maybe Travis Benjamin's having a little knee issue, get McCluster in there more. He's a very capable back out of the receiver out of the slot position. So just get guys, try to make up for it. You're not going to, but try to get production from other places.
Hey, Mikey, I know that you're the guy who hates Phillip Rivers the most in this group. You and for some reason, Hal has poisoned you.
Yeah.
You've been poisoned by Hal. Do you anticipate Phillip Rivers having a big game against this defense and their cover 3?
He may. But the only reason I would say he could is if we were behind, and I hope that doesn't get to that point. So I'm hoping no. I'm hoping because we'll run the ball down his throat. But, in regards to the slant that you're mentioning, getting the one thing that Keenan Allen was really good at was getting open right away, within the first 2-3 yards. And, I mean, you would think physically, Inman, it's kind of like Keenan Allen, but they just don't have that same, ability to get open right away. So it's tough. Again, kind of what Dave said, Antonio Gates can do that only by using his body, kind of boxing out. But he's kind of gone away from that in his game as he's developed more of a receiver. So, like I said, hopefully they don't have to, and hopefully we'll see some slants. But until these guys can develop that ability to get open right away, it's going to be tough to get that play in. But like I said, passing-wise, the opportunity is there for Phillip. He just has to, just be mindful and use it when necessary, not just go to it every time.
Yeah, I agree. You're right, and spreading it around a little bit. My next point is something that David's been beating the drum on all morning long, and that is Antonio Gates. We need to see Antonio Gates on third down, but we need to see Griff Whalen on third down. I think that Griff Whalen needs something that Justin said. I think Griff Whalen, we need to get one or two plays out of him on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8 over the middle.
Yes. He's a difference maker. I tell you, he can get open quickly. He's not going to deep threat you, but he's a quick attack guy. Get him the ball. He'll get 5 or 6 plays. He's good on those slants, man.
And I'm hoping that Antonio Gates is completely healthy. Have you heard anything about the hamstring, David?
All reports, everything that I've read, everything that I've seen, he's practiced all week. He seems to be back to form. So hopefully we'll get the future Hall of Famer in his form. He can go out there and play without restrictions, which definitely looks like that's going to happen today, and we definitely need him. If he, just shows any semblance of what he's been the past couple of years, he can really have a big day today.
Or just have a big impact. I mean, have a big day. Like this opens up a lot for
Hunter Henry.
Now you have to account for Gates on the field and Hunter, who right now currently in his young body is a much better route runner than Antonio Gates is. Let's just be honest, and more speed. So that just helps us tremendously because they have to account for Antonio Gates boxing defenders out and making those 6-7 yard grabs.
Because no matter what, Antonio Gates by name, if anything else by name, is going to get double teamed, no matter what. So that is going to open things up for other people. So yes, I mean, just get him on the field, and even if it's just as a decoy, it will be effective.
Yeah, and if they don't think that they have to double team him, that's awesome. That's good for us because he's going to tear him up. Mikey, Antonio Gates on third down. Do you think he needs to come up big today?
I mean, he needs to come up big, but I'm actually putting my money on Henry today. I've actually
Hunter's going to have a big day.
I've been the slowest to come around on Henry, but I think that he's primed today.
Is he proving his worth to you, Mikey? Does he have your approval?
Definitely, yeah. He is, and he's shown that I think he is the heir apparent tight end, and I think being the second option with Gates there, I think that's going to give him a lot of favorable matchups. So I really feel like Hunter Henry is the guy we need to look at today.
He has the Maciejewski stamp of approval. I love this.
You can see him stamping it.
Positive Patty up in there. That's nice.
The last thing that I want to bring up before we go to break is it just seems like every single – I know it hasn't been a bye, but it's almost like a mini bye. Every single time the Chargers come in off of a bye, and it's not just with McCoy, it was with Norm, it was even with everybody, they come out flat. They need to come out sharp, and they need to come out and they need to kick some ass the second they get on the field. Justin, you agree with that? You think they come out flat?
Wholeheartedly. I'm glad you brought that up because they can't come out the way they've been doing for years. It blows my mind how they can't be prepared for a team, and they just look like for the first half they're sleepwalking. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So and then they finally wake up, and it doesn't work that way. You have to come out firing all cylinders. If you get the ball to receive, drive it down the field and score right away.
David, why they come out flat all the time, and are they going to do that today?
Why do they come out flat? I mean, who knows? I mean, they've struggled on the road just in general the past couple of years. They don't like going across the country and playing, and it's just been very evident in their play. Hopefully, they come out and they play aggressive. I mean, just have that mindset. If they have that aggressive mindset, then they're going to play like that. Because I mean, you think how you think how you feel how you play. I mean, if you feel good, you're going to play good. So hopefully they keep that positive mindset and that aggressive, nature in their minds when they go out there and play. If they do that, I feel like they're going to start strong, and they have to.
Mikey, are they going to avoid a flat start today?
Well, I hadn't thought about that, guys, and I'm worried. I haven't seen anything in the past to show me otherwise. So I'm going to have to account for that, I hope so. I really
so what you're saying is prove it to me.
Yeah.
Like I always say, prove it to me.
I mean, I hadn't thought about that until you guys all brought it up. And you think back, this team does come out flat after a long break here. So hopefully not. I mean, but again, I think using the running game will help. You don't have to be sharp with the running game just to use that power and move forward. So hopefully not. And like I said, I feel like the running game would be a key to making sure that they control tempo, and that causes you from being flat.
Yeah, and one thing that's encouraging too is that on the road this year, I know we don't have any W's, but I'm encouraged the way they've handled their business on the road. They've actually played pretty well. Obviously, we know about the collapses in a tough environment in KC. So I don't think it's going to be I think this year's team's built better for trips like this. And I say that, good willing, and I hope that happens. But the way they've handled other situations on the road, they seem like they can handle this situation today, and they won't come out flat.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that they got a lot of young kids on this team too. I think the youthfulness will help them going across country, because let's be honest, guys. I mean, when you're 21, 22, you dealing with the time change, it's a lot easier than doing it when you're 31, 33, 34. So just the youthfulness of this team, I think, will help them going and playing across country today.
I love the point about the youth. A little bit more youth, a little bit more energy. Maybe we're going to see a little bit different results. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break.
And they're coming off a win, too.
Yeah.
Coming off a win.
Absolutely. Good point. We're not used to what that's like. We'll have to see how they play off a win. We're going to come back on the other side of the break. We're going to talk about what the Chargers need to do on defense to shut down this, or at least slow down this Atlanta number one offense. We'll be right back, boys.
This is 619 straight, born and raised. This ain't no fad or phase. This is Cali for life. We gon' rally tonight. So pump your fist till you get it right. And keep it real so all the day go can feel you buffing out. Sing the anthem so the whole world can hear you.
Calling all podcasters. Have you ever wanted your voice to be heard? Do you need help expanding your audience? Are you curious just how far your show could reach? Well, look no further. We are New Media Radio Network, the premier podcast streaming network. Let us take your show to the next level. For more information, check out our website, www.newmediaradio.net.
Cali Comfort Barbecue in Spring Valley was built for West Coast Sunday morning football and fight night. Cali Comfort Barbecue has quickly become San Diego's slow smoke barbecue sports entertainment destination. Full service catering available for all your tailgating needs. CaliComfortSD.com.
City, cause we calling all crews. All you Dago dedicated Rocky yellows and blues. It's the West Coast California resurrection, America's finest city with borderline connection. You can have your Raider Nation cause we ready for war. It's the San Diego Chargers taking over the world, and we still Raider hating.
All right, we are back. We are ready to talk about what the Chargers need to do on defense to slow down this Atlanta offense. The Atlanta offense is number one in the league in scoring. They're number one in the league in points per play. It's not going to be easy. Our defense, in my opinion, has actually looked pretty good. They struggle a little bit when our offense starts screwing up and keeping them on the field. But ultimately, I've been pretty happy with what I've seen from our defense, and it hurts me and it pains me to say this, but maybe one of the better things that has happened for our defense is Manti Te'o going out. Unfortunately, I'm a huge fan. Love the guy. I liked what I saw from him, but there's nobody. I'm sure you ask his sister, and she's going to tell you that the Chargers have improved on defense since he
has a
went out.
Sister. Nice.
I don't know. I just met his girlfriend, anyways.
Oh, jeez.
I know. Have those jokes? Are those jokes past now?
Wow, a little early, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
know. Chargers on defense. Looks like we lost Mike Maciejewski. He's gone.
I sent you a message, man.
Oh, did you? I was
yeah.
doing other things. So Mikey, apparently he did get a chance to talk about how much he hates Phillip Rivers, so we didn't get him out before that, so that's good. Hal, the other half of the Rivers hating duo, Hal has joined us in the chat room. So we appreciate Hal being here, and of course, like I said, Mikey Mikey carried the torch for you at the beginning of the show. Chargers on defense. Now, it's really easy to say we need to stop Julio Jones. We need to limit Julio Jones. All these things. Here's my key. We need to fucking tackle Julio Jones. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to get open. Let's not let him catch it and run the ball another 30 or 40 yards. Just tackle the guy, Maybe tackle him hard. Make him, lose his wind and have to go out a little bit. Justin, you agree, or do you think we just need to shut this guy down? What?
Dude, your comedian, your comedy show's catching up with you. You're funny. You just tackle the guy. Yeah, no, he gets open though. Like that's what he does. He's a special player. We know he's going to make some plays today. But like you said, limit the big plays, the 40-yard gains, the 50-yard gains. Don't get beat over the top so bad that he's going to the house for 6. I mean, we know what he can do. We know he's a special player. But that being said, I think we've done a fairly good job the last few weeks on number 1 wide receivers, even though Jason Barrett is out and Brandon Flowers. I think we've done a decent job. Knock on wood, we continue that trend. But yeah, you got to tackle. You have to tackle guys. I mean, and especially on the road, you have to make those plays.
David, the key to Julio Jones: stop him, slow him, tackle him, or just let him get his 300 yards and worry about the other guys. What do we need to do here?
Definitely not that last part. I don't even know why you said that. But yeah, definitely tackle him. I mean, if you want to see tape on how you need to tackle him, just go ahead and go back and watch the Denver game and watch Jatavis Brown on Demaryius Thomas. That's how you need to tackle Julio Jones today. That's what needs to happen. I feel a lot more comfortable with this defense here that we have right now. But just looking back on the past games with Atlanta, Julio Jones really isn't the whole picture. He's not the most imposing figure that this Atlanta Falcons offense has to offer. It's the running backs. The Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman are the people we need to stop. If we stop them and we turn this into a one-dimensional game, I feel a lot stronger about our abilities to win. Stop the running game, force them to pass, and get pressure all game long. Got to be in that guy's face.
I agree, and that kind of transitions us into my next point, and that was to limit Devontae Freeman. I worry that we still, ultimately our defense, that has been a weak point of our defense, is stopping the run. You'll get the plays where we stop them, at the line and stuff, but it really seems like if somebody really wants to run against us, they can get 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. That's, in my opinion, that's what I've seen. David, You're shaking your head a little bit. I'm going to let you close it out then just to see if you disagree with both of us. I'm worried about our run defense. I really am. I think it's upgraded. I think it's better with Mebane. I think our middle linebackers are better at tackling, but ultimately I'm still not sold on this run defense. Justin?
I'm slightly in agreement with you. I think it's improved, like you said. They just need to. I think it's a matter of just having everybody healthy together and getting Bosa into this mix as well with the rotation and Tenny Palapoy and all these guys that are rotational players. Karan Reed. I think it's just going to take a few weeks with Bosa back in the mix. I think it's a solid run defense. In my opinion, they need to put it on the field now and do that. And they'll have a big test today.
David, run defense for the Chargers?
You saying that they struggle in the run defense. Looking at stats, I believe they were in the top 10 in rush defense, actually. So
yeah, I don't think
they're not as bad as.
But that's
not as bad as you're saying.
I think that's misleading though, because we had a lot of games where we led by a lot, and the other teams came back, and our run defense didn't have to perform. In my opinion, when they've been out there and I've needed to see them actually playing good defense, I haven't personally seen it. It's the eye test for me. It's not the stats and all that type of stuff.
They might be top 10, and I get that, and I think the point David's trying to make too is the fact that it's great to see that on a top 10 ranking or top 15, whatever you are.
Right.
But like if you're doing the eye test and you watch this team weekly, you go, well, they've been gashed too. They've been gashed a lot.
Yeah.
And so maybe those long runs are not. They're just misleading. You can't always put that on. But it is very comforting to know that yardage wise they are in the top 10. That's really cool. And I think like I was trying to touch on, I think with Bosa back in the mix and everybody getting cohesive. It's going to be better as we go.
And we know in the NFL, it's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
If you look back on Thursday, they stopped the run pretty damn well, just to be honest. And that has a lot to do with the mixtures on the defensive line. As Justin was saying, they got Karan Reed in there. They got a couple of other guys. Joey Bosa is contributing in the run game. I mean, when you keep those guys fresh, and you keep them in a rotation, you keep everybody healthy, everybody doing their job right, and I think that's the best way to stop the run today.
Yeah, and I'm probably being a little bit picky because I'll tell you what, last season I would have killed to have this season's run defense, So I'm not saying that it's night and day different. Last year was Pop Warner run defense. This year they got at least they have a much better. I think they can do better. Maybe that's what I'm saying. I think Brandon
Mebane is a big key to this run defense too. I mean, if he's playing well and he's plugging up the middle of the field like he did on Thursday, then that's going to open up the rush lanes for the linebackers to come through and make big plays.
You have to be excited about this rotation too, the way it's been kind of gelling, and then the rotation's been great with Reed and Tenny Palapoy and Bosa in the it's been good, a good mix of guys.
You keep bringing up Bosa, and I'm so happy you did because that's my next point. Joey Bosa versus Jake Matthews today.
Dude, all day long.
Yeah.
Bosa's going to have a good day. This is the type of game that Bosa can make a name for himself because of for one, the quality of team you're playing. If you can get after Matt Ryan and put pressure on him and knock that pocket back like I know they're going to do today, he can set himself apart today because his bull rush is probably tops in the league right now at this point, and I'm not even kidding. Like you
it's not even that too.
Yeah.
It's not even just that.
It's not even just that, and that's the crazy part because he's getting chip blocked on every play. He's getting two guys to crack
which is good for us.
Use
two guys on him.
No, and it's great
in
for
the quarterback's face.
What I'm
he's
saying
still
is
in the quarterback's face.
No, and that's it. And you hit it, and he's still making plays on his effort. And the motor, like we know, just doesn't stop with him. It's great. And this is the type of game where Joey Bosa can go out, make an immediate impact on this offense because what does Matt Ryan need? He needs time in the pocket and for his offense to work. This offense is going to work with him and Mebane and Legion on the other side, pushing that pocket back. And then this is the day for Bosa to have a good day.
And you notice with Legion now getting a little bit more single, getting one-on-one matchups.
Yes.
It's not just getting to the quarterback and getting to the backfield to make the tackles. You see him knocking balls down now.
Yes.
That's something that our defense.
He's getting single team. He's a one-on-one.
Exactly, and I watched last week. He knocked a ball down, and I said, I can't even remember the last time our defensive line knocked a freaking ball down. It's beautiful.
Because he's not getting doubled anymore. He's not getting doubled anymore. They're doubling Joey Bosa now, and it's funny because
you have to double Mebane too sometimes.
Yes,
he's such a load, and that's a problem. So Legion's getting all this unprotected coverage, and you're like, sweet man, I'm going to get in there.
Yep, and he's doing
it. He's been praying for this moment, the moment where he can go one-on-one and win matchups because he can do that. But when you're getting double teamed all day long, it can be demoralizing if you can't get home. And a lot of the times, if you're getting double teamed, you can't get home.
Lineman we've had, right?
Yeah.
He's been the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if years, like you just said, he's been getting double teamed. He really hasn't had a chance to play. Get out there and make plays. So, dude, this is it up.
And I'm as big of a Legion fan as there is, but let's be real here. He is really good, but he's not beat the double team good. He just isn't. He's went from the best defensive lineman last season to the third best defensive lineman. Still good, but I think that Mebane and Bosa are both more important than him. But those guys taking up the double teams is freeing him up to do what really good defensive linemen do, and that's take advantage of one-on-one matchups.
Yep.
But I think it's important to focus on, not who's better than who, but who complements who the best.
Right.
And Brandon Mebane complements Corey Leggett and Joey Bosa to the upteenth degree because he takes on double teams in the middle of the line and allows Joey Bosa and Corey Leggett to have more one-on-ones, and I love that because they're going to win a lot more one-on-ones than they lose.
And look how excited we are talking about defense, and we haven't been this excited probably in years, and then this is what we love as fans. You want defense to be your staple. You want to help Phillip Rivers in any way possible. Like, you don't want him to have to shoulder the load every single week. And look how excited and giddy we are talking about big old defensive linemen. We're like little kids in a candy store right now because it's fun. It's fun to see. You know, that's what this game's about.
And then you rotate.
But you control the line of scrimmage, you win games.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
what
the bottom
it is.
line.
And we haven't had that in a long time, guys.
Absolutely.
With all of that, all those guys playing good, you get a guy like Tenny Palapoy coming in and having the game of his life because you know he's able to do. You're rotating these guys and they're fresh.
These guys, you know, this is their moment. This is what, as a defense, you love. So if they get that pressure. And maybe the Flowers and Verrett thing doesn't look so bad because you're getting that pressure, and Casey Hayward has an easier time on Julio Jones. It's complimentary football. You have to do your job.
I'm so glad that you brought up Casey Hayward because Tom Telesco, take a bow, young man, because you absolutely deserve it for the signing of Casey Hayward, who has been one of the top-rated cornerbacks in the NFL this year, and for picking up Karan Reed as a waiver claim. Congratulations, you made a hell of a decision on both those guys. Take a bow. They are fantastic.
Don't forget, we brought in a guy to play center that everybody was so excited
Matt
about.
Slauson,
a guy that in his career he's always been a guard center, but he's played guard much more than he played center. And that was taking a chance, and we've had a lot
some
of
these
success.
additions, guys. Some of these additions have been great, and Dexter McCluster's underrated. I think he's going to be a big part of this offense when it's all said and done going forward. So a lot of good acquisitions we made.
Quickly before we go to break, one of the last things that they need to do, another key, and we've talked about already today, we need to just keep their offense off the field. We need to control the ball, and that I know we're in the defensive portion of the game, but that is mostly going to be reliant on our offense moving the ball. But our defense needs to get off that field on third down.
Exactly.
Don't give away three first downs on third and six.
That is the key of the game, guys. I mean, there is no bigger key than that right there. Got to get off the field because this offense, extra chances, we know what they can do.
Yeah. So
can't do it.
Go ahead, David. Last on that, and then we'll move on to a break. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you can get that offense off of the field, you have to do it. You have to make sure that you do it. And hey, forcing a turnover or two would not hurt. I mean, it would definitely help. I mean, if the Chargers and I'm going to tell you this right now, bold prediction that's not so bold. If the Chargers win the turnover battle, they are going to win today.
Sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Sure.
I agree with you, and I think the turnovers are huge. The turnovers are always huge, but I think even today they're bigger than usual. With that being said, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Jake Hefner's favorite portion of the show. He's not on the show this week, but it's prediction time. We're going to come back with our score prediction, our player of the game, and we're each going to make a bold prediction, much bolder than turnover winner wins the game. By the way, David.
Oh yeah.
We'll be back. You got
I
one.
got.
We'll be back on the other side, guys.
All around the league, everybody feels coming here. That's for good reason. We the bomb.com. So long. San Diego, we the home of the diehards. Everywhere you go, all you gonna see is that blue and yellow, blue and yellow. You hear the crowd go live. Look at all our fan support. Yo, we appreciate you. You are who we do it for. Do it for each other. Person next to me is
you need help with your business project that is due. Maybe you need business cards to help your business stand out. We at San Diego Sports Junkies got you covered. SK Digital Imaging can do it all. Give our buddy Sean K a call, 858-408-0732. SK Digital Imaging, from business cards to the bigger projects, SK Digital Imaging and our buddy Sean K will get your printing done right.
Cali Comfort Barbecue in Spring Valley was built for West Coast Sunday morning football and fight night. Cali Comfort Barbecue has quickly become San Diego's slow smoke barbecue sports entertainment destination. Full service catering available for all your tailgating needs. CaliComfortSC.com.
I gotta get off and get up in the end zone. I gotta rush for at least a G today. Cause I got ballin' in my DNA. Okay, I think I got ballin' in my DNA.
All right, it is time for predictions. Jake's least favorite part, Jason's favorite part. I
You
love
got me
the
all
predictions.
jacked up on Mountain Dew, dude, with this music, man. I'm fired up. I want to watch some football.
Yes, sir.
It's better than that free stuff that I have to play during the week.
Yes, sir. It's like classical jazz. Like I'm falling asleep in the elevator. It's terrible.
Elevator music.
All right, and Chris jumps in right away with his predictions, and I don't like it. He's in the chat room, and he says Falcons 34, Chargers 26.
Sorry, I don't see it.
That's because Chris is maybe trying to be realistic, but he's trying the whole
maybe he feels that way, though.
Reverse
psychology.
Reverse psychology. If I predict that they're going to lose, maybe they're going to win.
Sure.
But you know what? Hey, honestly, I want to hear those predictions because I want to hear everybody's real predictions. And if you're going to give us that, give it to it. Don't be afraid to jump in there. Of course, you know me. I did predict them to lose one week. I don't remember. I think it was against the Broncos. I think they won. I'll
maybe you should predict them to lose this week.
I'll take all the credit for it. No, that's over. That's not going to happen anymore.
Please.
We've been doing the show. We've been doing the show on and off for maybe 5 years, and that's the first time I ever predicted the Chargers to lose.
I predict them to lose a lot, dude. I'm a big realist on this.
I know you do. Yeah. And Chris says he thinks they get caught. He thinks they get caught sleeping early. He thinks that they're going to come out flat. And
sure, hey, dude, that's
a possibility. That's certainly a possibility.
Because we talked about that, right? So,
Hal has the Chargers taking a loss. He doesn't have a score, but he has the Chargers taking a loss, and Philip Rivers throwing 17 interceptions.
Stop it.
He's got.
Did you really say that?
He did not.
I'll get a hobby.
He did say they'll lose 28-21, but he didn't say Philip Rivers would throw a bunch of interceptions.
I love Hal, but he needs to do some community work down at the local.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I love Hal too. He's got Rivers fumbling it twice though. I love Hal because he keeps me on my toes. That's for sure. I'll go ahead and start out with my prediction. I got the Chargers winning 31-20. I got them winning by double digits. I have Melvin Gordon, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. And here's my bold prediction. This is bold. You guys ready? I got Dexter McCluster taking a return, either a punt or a kickoff, to the house today.
I like it. I like it.
I can't remember the last time that ever happened.
If that happens, I'm drinking a beer for you, my friend.
And if it doesn't happen, you'll drink a beer for you.
I'll drink 6. I got 12 sitting in that fridge for me later. Okay.
Travis just joined us in the chat room, so we're doing predictions now, Travis. So if you could throw your prediction up there. Justin, what do you got?
Okay, prediction today. I'm positive Patty today. It's 52-45 Chargers. I'm going 50 burger. I think it's going to be a shootout. And I think the scoring gets and I think this McCluster takes the opening kick back. Let's just put it that way. Okay, that's how fast this thing's going to get lit up. And bold prediction, I have Hunter Henry as my player of the game with 3 TDs today.
Wow.
If you're gonna put up a 50 burger, there's going to be a lot of TDs scored, and I think 3 of them are going to Hunter Henry's way with the addition of Antonio Gates healthy and as that decoy kind of aspect. So I like that. And I have to put a guy on IR today. I'm going to put Melvin Gordon. Thanks.
Okay. I forgot about that, too. I forgot to put a guy on IR.
Because when we started that,
they haven't had any.
He's gone on IR, so you have to pick a guy going on IR.
That's
today.
Right. You go ahead, David. I'm going to come up with my IR guy, too, because that's right. We got to keep that
he's
going.
He's going on IR.
Okay.
I would hate to see that, but he's going.
All right. So I'm going to go a little more scientific. In the Falcons' couple losses this year, they have scored 24 points or less. So I'm going to see hopefully see that trend continue today. If the Chargers can keep the Falcons under 24 points, they're going to win. So I'm going to go 28-24 Chargers win today. The defense gets it done. My bold prediction is between Ingram and Bosa, they're going to have 7 sacks today.
Stop it.
I'm saying 7.
You're on fire.
I think they are going to have a huge impact in this game.
Put that flame out over there, David. Man.
Holy
yes, sir.
Shit.
Dude, your house is burning down. Look behind
you.
Hey,
I'm telling you, we're going to get pressure all day long, baby. My person on IR is going to be special teams coach. I believe his name is Ackerman. They're gonna fumble a punt return, and he is going to scream, jumping up and down, and he is going to tear his Achilles, and he's going to be out for the year.
Oh boy, tear his Achilles. That's terrible.
Wow. Well, he should be on IR for allowing an offensive lineman to be in position to field a free kick. Travis in the chat room has the Falcons winning 38-31. He's got Tyrell Williams going on IR. Oh, I think that's funny. Chris Hunter in the chat room agrees with you on Hunter Henry, Justin, having a big game. He thinks that he can see him getting 2 touchdowns.
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and my IR guy is going to be Casey Hayward because it feels like we have nobody left to play cornerback if he goes out. So, of course, that's naturally who's going to go out next. I love the special teams coach on the IR.
Torn Achilles. He can coach from a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Motorized.
Oh, that's awesome. They got to come out today. David made such a good point, and I think that we all agree. They need to come out not flat. They don't need to come out like a team that just traveled across the country and just got off a plane for 47 hours or however long it takes to get from here to there, which is really not that long. Let's be realistic. They're playing a late game, so time will be the same for them. There's no real excuses. Crowd noise we're used to because the opposing team makes more noise in our own stadium anyways. We're going silent count. That shouldn't be an issue. There's no excuses. We need to come out and we need to beat them and we need to come out hard. David, what you got for last thing to say today?
My last thing is I'm going to go some WWE on you. One of John Cena's original things is ruthless aggression. So I want to see the Chargers show some fucking ruthless aggression today. Go out there and knock Matt Ryan out completely. Knock him out. Take him out of the game. So I just wanted to have that mentality. Every single tackle that you perform today needs to be with some ruthless fucking aggression. Go out there and knock somebody out and go win the damn game.
I love it. Make them getting up from every tackle slowly, like they felt.
You sound pissed off about that. Nice, I like that.
Justin, what do you got? Last thing for today.
A little bit what he said. Set the tone. If you're gonna be on offense, I want the ball first today. I really do. I hate when we have to fucking kick it. I get the ball, and then run it down their throats. I mean, big packages to start the game. Keep that offense off the field and just mash Melvin Gordon. I mean, up the middle, to the side. I want out of the backfield. I want him in space. I want him everywhere. I want Melvin Gordon to have 200 total yards today, just at everything. I want this kid to light the defense in Atlanta up. I want to see it today so bad.
Couple last-second predictions. Chris Hunter says he thinks Rivers will throw 1 interception. Joey Bosa will have 2 sacks. Karan Reed will collapse the pocket many times. And Jatavis, somebody that we keep saying the name wrong all season long.
Yes, we
yes, you have.
Jatavis, and I don't know why. We all do it. Even Mike McCoy says it wrong.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, even some of the guys on the team say it wrong.
It's so hard
Where's the U at, folks? Where's the U?
Yeah.
It's not there. It's Jatavis.
I have the same problem with people put an R into my last name all the time. So he has Jatavis Brown having an INT today, which is pretty bold. And then
I like that.
And then SoCal Trav, bold prediction: Jatavis Brown will sack Matt Ryan so hard his helmet will fly off and rip his ear to shreds.
I think Corey Toomer is going to get a pick today. One guy we did not talk about at all today. A huge pick off of the Raiders practice squad who's played extremely well, can cover linebackers out of the backfield, can cover running backs. He's a great find. I think Corey Toomer is going to make an impact with an INT today.
I love it. I love it. So that's going to wrap things up. Justin, thanks, man. Always, it's fun. You and I, we're the rocks here. We bring people in and out, but you and I are always here, and it's so much fun.
Sure.
David Drogemeyer from San Diego Sports Domination Podcast, thank you so much for joining us. We love what
always
you bring.
Always good having you on, David.
We love the energy, and of course, it's always nice to have just a little bit of a different perspective from us. Thank you so much, David.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I always love doing this. I mean, hey, man, just like you guys say, this is a show by the fans, for the fans, and I love that concept. So I'm here whenever you guys need me.
Big
That's
fan
right.
You are. You're
Absolutely.
fired up, and I like it. You're fired
up.
Let's
go, baby.
Fired up. That's right.
Let's go, baby.
We are the San Diego Sports Junkies, a show for the fans.
By the fans.
We'll see you guys Wednesday night.
Thank you for listening to the San Diego Sports Junkies, a show for fans by the fans. Brought to you by Cali Comfort, home of the low and slow barbecue, and SK Digital Imaging with Josh Taylor, Justin Smead, Jason Eidsmoe, and Mike Maciejewski. Subscribe to us on iHeartRadio, on Spreaker, and on iTunes. Visit SanDiegoSportsJunkies.com for all your Chargers, Padres, and Aztecs news.